upon discontinuation of any kind of medication regimen, you get a spike of those symptoms that you're marketed to treat on purpose, no kidding, whether or not you had the symptoms before.
Mm-hmm. So what do you do with that?
Well, first of all, you let them know this is going to happen.
Exactly.
So they're conscious.
Mm-hmm.
The stability that one gets once they get an external support for the symptoms that they had that create the, wow, I'm no longer responsible for the jerk that I've been. That is pretty great.
Yeah, it's my bipolar.
That's a sweet system.
Mm-hmm.
I am no longer responsible for failing school. That is so awesome. I'm not responsible for beating my wife. That is so cool. I'm no longer responsible for not being able to get out of the home. There's some real stability that gets offered when we relinquish responsibility for our life. Completely pervasive.
In this culture.
Exactly.
Are we victims? Are we just an animal? Or do we have some divine creative self within us? So it doesn't matter what has happened in my life. That's not me.
Exactly.
And I can work with it. And that's, it's this view of the human being as being a victim, which is so ill, which it perpetuates this whole thing. So that's where I have felt time and again, we have to create another image of a human being.
Yeah, this non-victim human that lives underneath the victim. There is a human there who gets his need for their need for connection and creativity. There is. There better be, and when you dig far enough, every one of them has that. Every one of us has that.
That's what the inner fire is. It doesn't matter how my son refuses to take his medication, and I say, that's his inner fire.
Yeah.
He's saying, no, don't do this to me. Fighting for this.
That brings up, if I can share a personal memory.
Of course. Thank you for doing that.
This whole
Whatever's coming.
17 years old.
Yeah.
Whatever terms they use to describe a rebellious 17-year-old, right?
Yeah.
So they sent me to the psychiatrist. I had absolutely, he prescribed medication for me, right? And I refused to take it. I mean, I don't know where that came from. I mean, maybe years later, like now, I know where that came from.
Yeah. It's possible that psychosis and mania also got defined for you by the treatment. That what you see as psychosis and mania is actually this thing that I'm already telling you is caused by the diagnosis and the treatment, and that's what you're relating. No, really, Fred, this is seriously psychosis and mania. Okay, you win. We got to do something stupid to manage you now. Something totally stupid to manage you. Something that's going to make you worse is what we now have to do, because we are left with nothing else to do. We know that what we're about to do, because you're unmanageable, will make you worse. But we don't have anything left to do because what you just did pushed us past our extremes. And move on, and not forget and move on. Like get that there are points in this machine that don't have pretty endings or even pretty intersections. So in that experience, we as caregivers, as seekers, have something to do, say, be, watch, hope for, pray on, something. And it is there that humanity steps in as givers. I don't have the whole, this is what you do then. But I don't have that answer for you. And that's just being honest about being at that intersection. When we start equating a traumatic past with the months ahead of us now in order to undo it, we're disrupting that notion that what's available right now is available right now.